Hey, everybody, welcome to Doug's Open Mic. Here he is, the man himself, DUG. Hey, Doug.
I'm here. I am here. And here we are again for Doug's Open Mic episode. I have no idea what number it is. We should probably. I should know that. I should
No,
know
you
that.
shouldn't. No, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. All
It's
right.
fine.
All
It's
right.
fine.
We
Tell
can.
us who our guest is tonight, Doug.
Our guest is Craig Edwards. If you listen to any of my audio podcasts, we had him on a number of times, but this is the first time we get to see him in all his glory in video.
Absolutely. All right, let's bring him on. Hey, Craig.
There he is.
Hello.
So how are you doing, Mr. Craig?
I'm getting by pretty well, all things considered.
Yeah, just for if somebody's watching this far in the future, we can always hope. We're right in the middle of this whole COVID thing. So we're all of us we're coping. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. It's getting a little better, but things are a little tricky. Musicians are getting hit especially hard because no gigs, no concerts, but all the ones I know are getting by.
Yeah, and we always knew this virtual platform for performance was going to come around, and we're being kind of pushed into it now, but finding all kinds of great things like this.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Every musician I know has got some sort of virtual thing going on.
Yeah.
And when things get back to more normal, a lot of this stuff will linger.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think this is going away.
Yep. So normally when I was introducing our guests, I would give a little synopsis of what I know. But Craig has got so much stuff, I wouldn't even know where to begin. So I'm going to let him do his own introduction about who he is and what he does.
I play all kinds of American roots music. I've been at it for almost a half century now, since I was little, and I play Appalachian old-time music and blues and bluegrass and various kinds of Celtic music, Irish music, French Canadian music, Cajun music, swing, zydeco, and back people up playing more contemporary roots-based music. I play with the great John Speziale of Pawcatuck, who's been a guest on the show here, and is one of my favorite songwriters. So, keeping a lot of fingers in a lot of pies, I managed to kind of, at least so far, scratch a living out of this.
Yeah. Not to mention you used to play the legendary Boom Chuck.
I did with one Doug Woodard working and chucking on guitar.
Yeah. The fun times.
Absolutely.
So Craig's got his I call it the big metal thing. That thing is quite the instrument. When he brings it down to the social of the Daniel Packer, I say, let me play the big metal thing for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got this tuned up to an open tuning now. And I'm going to play it with a pedal steel bar. It's solid metal, so it gives it a nice solid sound. And I'm going to start out with a tune that was first recorded by the Carter family back in the 1930s when things were also pretty rough. There's a dark and a troubled side of life. There's a bright and a sunny side too. Though we meet with the darkness and strife, sunny side we also may do. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help you every day. It'll brighten all your way. If you keep on the sunny side of life. The storm and its fury broke today, crushing hopes that we cherished so dear. Cloud and storm will in time pass away. The sun again so brightly will appear. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help you every day. It'll brighten all your way. If you keep on the sunny side of life. Let us greet with song of hope each day. Though the morning dawn cloudy or fair, let us trust in each other always, and keep each other with all loving care. Keep on the sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It'll help you every day. It'll brighten all our way. If we keep on the sunny side of life. Keep on the sunny side of life.
So there you go. So Craig, it's interesting that you picked that song, because I don't know if you remember, but I remember talking to you just after 9/11, and all of a sudden I remember you telling me, it's like, Doug, I just had to do this gig and I didn't know what to start with, and that was the song you started with.
Well, I've been playing it after in this situation too. It's just a good message, I think.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. It's like,
it's easy to
yeah,
get
that song, the 9/11 song, so to speak.
Yeah.
Or the crisis song would be a better way to put it.
Yeah.
So just for, I always try to intersperse a little guitar trivia, so to speak. So if you notice that Craig's guitar, that's like it's got a thing in the middle that's called a resophonic type thing, and this whole thing started with, as music was going, all of a sudden the guitar guys were saying, God, those banjos and fiddles are freaking loud. It's like we gotta compete with them. And so somebody came up with that what they call a resonator, which probably just about doubles the guitar tone.
Yeah.
It's like, and that was the way they kind of fought back against the banjos and the fiddles. But then once
it was, there were two routes they took. There were these.
Yep.
And there was the big archtop jazz guitar, which eventually, won out. You see a lot more of those in people's hands than you do these. But both of them were trying to be, loud over bands. This is really here's the real trivia question. It was invented by two brothers. You know what the first syllable of their last name was?
Oh, is this the Doe guy? No, this is not the Dobro thing.
doPERA brothers.
Yeah.
So first resonator guitar brand was for doPERA brothers, or Dobro.
Yeah.
That's why people call resonator guitars Dobros. Although these days, that's usually reserved really for the guitars that have what they call a square neck. So it's not, you don't put your hand around it, you just play it with one of these things.
Yep.
And the strings are like way off the frets. You can't fret it. You just play, it's designed, it's kind of like a steel guitar.
And then once electricity was around, and the guitar guys found amplifiers and pickups, and then
that's right.
then we were the king. Then we were the volume kings. Oh, fun stuff. So before we started, Craig and I forgot what brought it up, but we were thinking about stuff to talk about, and I said, oh, he mentioned something about Avery Point. Go, oh, remember the coolest wedding I ever went? Matt O'Brien's wedding down at Avery Point. I mean, this was a full-blown Scottish wedding, and we were playing with him at the, he was playing with us at DPI, so we were the wedding band, the full-blown, yeah. And we had probably 8 of us, easy, and we were just we just had a ball playing old-time
did everything
music. From
old-time music to Zydeco.
Yep, old-time music and Zydeco. Yep. Yeah, so Craig does a lot. Zydeco, right? Are they still going?
Zydeco still play occasionally, yeah.
Yep.
That's a band I've been with since the mid-'80s.
Yep. Mark Bernier, one of my favorite guys.
Yeah.
Mark Bernier and the... Boy, where did I see him? Not too long ago, you guys did something I can't saw him. Boy, when he performs, man, he's in it. He is in the zone.
He takes the stage. He's a remarkable musician, a remarkable man, a great performer. Yeah.
Yep.
Mark Bernier, right there in Westerly.
Yep, absolutely. I remember.
And you don't meet every day.
Yep. I remember. And you have these little things every now and then that really stick out in your mind. Back in the Boom Chuck days, we were doing something and we were playing someplace, and he was watching us. And one song I've done forever is like "Save the Whales" by Country Joe and the Fish, which is, with Quake of the Fiddle really works well. And he was out in the audience, and I just happened to see it, and he was like, I've never seen anybody do that. He loved the song, and we just ripped it. He was ecstatic.
Yeah.
All right.
Mark is a man of generous passions,
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
Well, give us another song. That's what we're here for.
I'm going to slap a capo on here and play one from Frank Hutchinson, who was a West Virginia musician, again, back in the 20s and 30s. Played this kind of the style of slide guitar on a wooden bodied guitar. I'm just going to go ahead and use this one. But great player and really one of the early white musicians to just go all in on learning the blues styles that black musicians were developing all around him, and had a great quirky approach to his own stuff. This one, if you listen carefully, it's in a fast 5/4 time. You don't find that much in most traditional music in the States. You got to go to like the Balkans or someplace to get these weird time signatures. But this is the Worried Blues. Got the worried blues, got no heart to cry. Got the worried blues, got no heart to cry. Blues don't kill me, boys, I'll never die. Some people say the worried blues ain't bad. Some people say worried blues ain't bad. Worst old thing, boys, I've ever had. They'll make you believe the world is upside down. They'll make you believe the world is upside down. I've traveled this country, boys, it's all around. Some people say word blues ain't bad. Some people say word blues ain't bad. Worst old things I ever had. I dreamed last night laying back in the bed. I dreamed last night laying back in the bed. Dreamed last night woman of love is dead. Went to the river, looked at a woman's face. Went to the graveyard, looked in the woman's face. Love you, honey, sure won't take your place. Gonna leave this town, sure gonna leave it soon. Gonna leave this town, sure gonna leave it soon. This whole world sure can't have my room. Woke up this morning, freight train on my mind. Woke up this morning, freight train on my mind. I believe all around it, like on down the line.
All right. Good there. The word blues. Again, maybe a timely song.
Yeah, I've been all around this country of boys. It's all around.
Something so on my show I've had some really good. I had Brad Bensko come by.
Yeah.
James, with and Kat came in as a special surprise
nice.
visit, which I was very excited about. I have to say, they are so good. I'm trying to think. Next week we're gonna have Dan Stevens.
All right.
And the week after that, Phil Adams, and then I'm not sure.
Wow, you're having the A-team coming along here.
I got so many people that that's what I've kind of said on this thing. If you want to kind of my couch to the stage thing, it's like one thing to do is just get out there and you know what, if there's a band playing and stuff like that, when they take a break, go talk to them. They'll be more than happy to talk to you. Absolutely. I mean, when we're playing at the social, I'm kind of like the band ambassador, so to speak.
Yes, absolutely.
But if I see people out there listening to us, I go out and just say thanks. And I've met some really interesting in New London. There, you really meet some interesting people. There's people coming in for Electric Boat and there's all sorts of people. Yeah, it's cool stuff. How about you, Mr. Craig? Anything planned? Probably not that much right now, right?
I've got a couple things going on. I'm doing some online teaching, both just on my own and through a couple different companies, including String Theory School of Music over in New London, who are doing some really innovative things to keep their community of students engaged and worth checking out. The String Theory School of Music. I also do give lessons for an organization called Tune Supply. And that's mostly the fiddling is what I do for them.
Yeah.
But and then I got a great gig coming up. My first live performance since the lockdown. I'm playing a 90th birthday party up in Massachusetts.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be under a little easy up on the lawn with my little sound system.
Yep.
And then on the other side of the driveway, on the other side of the lawn, the birthday person, the 90-year-old woman, will be set up at a table, and then all people coming to the party are going to do a car parade by.
Yep.
And then they'll park, and I'll play for about 45 minutes, and people will shout at each other or something.
Yeah, we did the car parade thing for my grandson. It was pretty fun.
She's the woman whose birthday it is part French Canadian and part Irish, so they wanted French Canadian and Irish tunes. So that's
not a problem for you.
That's what I'll be doing there, yeah. And maybe I'll try to knock one out here right now.
All right. Well, I think we're kind of good. Let's see. I have to put my glasses on and see what time. Yeah,
Are we almost done?
Yeah, we're almost done. Why don't you? Yeah, we're good. So good to see you.
Good to see you.
And things will get back to normal and give us something to play us on out with.
All right, here we go. There you go.